Creative literacy is a concept that looks beyond sitting with a book. It is a holistic approach in that it incorporates activities that can strengthen reading skills but are more focused on a broader learning. In many cases, it is an activity that on the surface doesn't even look like it's related to literacy or learning to read. A couple quick examples: holding crayons helps develop fine motor skills, later used for writing. Drawing is a way to visually represent ideas and stories. Kids can build entire stories around a single object they drew. Scribble has meaning to them too. Singing songs, especially rhyming ones, reinforce letter sounds and build vocabulary. Here's a little trivia. In a recent survey, 85% of people agreed that creative thinking is critical for problem solving in their career. And with the challenges the world is facing today in our global economy, in our environment, and in social issues, the need for creative ideas has never been greater. As Sir Ken Robinson stated, creativity is not an option, it is an absolute necessity. Therefore, we must find ways to bring creativity into learning. But what do you mean by creativity? According to dictionary, the use of imagination or original ideas to create something, to come up with a new, unique, original, surprising idea from an already existing thing. In the arts, for example, teachers support students to interpret others' artworks and to create their own. New idea. Things that can be achieved from new idea are a product. It can be painting, drawing, sculpting, musical composition, and etc. A theory, solution to a problem, concept on basis of which an art piece is created. Inspire creative teaching and learning in literacy through artist-led workshops. Projects enable pupils to explore literacy through hands-on, applied activities that make their learning effective, engaging, and fun. What is the difference between artistic and creativity? Artistic ability includes skills and talent to create fine works of art, such as painting, drawing, sculpting, and musical composition. On the other hand, creative ability is the skill and talent to use our imagination to create and solve. You will hear, "I cannot draw, I am not creative," when in reality, being unable to draw or to draw artistically is tightly related to artistic ability or lack of, and not the creativity. Remember, a creative artist is probably a better artist, but you don't have to be an artist to be creative. There cannot be art without creativity, but creativity can exist without art. We are all born creative and remain creative throughout our lives. Creativity manifests itself in common day-to-day situations when we face mundane problems that require effective solutions. Creativity is mental. It is the way a person thinks, solves, and finds solutions to a problem or case. Being creative means seeking ways to change the normal and think out of the box. Artistic ability. These skills might be weak as a start, but can be developed and practiced. For example, drawing and illustration. Artistic is basically being decorative. Art is not used in daily life. It is through which you communicate. Art allows us to share our feelings and emotions in ways that make sense to us and sometimes to the world. Through art, your ideas take shape and can raise emotions in other people. Art expresses what words cannot express and bring ideas and concepts to life. So what is the difference between being creative and being artistic? Being creative is building a house, while being artistic is decorating a house. Someone possessing creative skills could create art or something else that serves a practical role in the world. Usually, creators ask themselves these questions. Is the thing that I am about to create useful? Does it serve a real purpose? And is the thing that I am about to create unique? They go through the creative process and come back to it if conditions are not met. They are open to failure and consider it a life lesson. Here's another example. Being creative is baking a yummy cake. Being artistic is baking a pretty cake. Most artists, while creators by concept, do not contemplate too much on the idea of failing itself. That is because art results cannot be wrong in any way and cannot be not practical. Art is the process through which many people express their deepest emotions. Therefore, art cannot be wrong. Art is the expression of creativity. Artists are conduits for creativity. Art is the basis of our creative expression as human beings. Does artist needs creativity? Artists require both creativity and artistic ability in order to complete their endeavor. Creativity in this context is an added touch to the work an artist does and can clearly improve the work dramatically. The current structure or design of our schools, from the actual buildings and school grounds to policies, procedures, curriculum and schedules, actually acts as a deterrent to creativity. We know what children need, yet we do not create the change required in order to provide the context and support for developing 21st century skills or multiple literacies. Our schools remain firmly in the factory model paradigm. What can we do to provide children with what they need as we also continue to push for real change? First is the physical environment. Design a physical environment to support creativity. What other places, inside and outside, can you create or identify at home or at school where children can go to daydream, reflect, design, and create? Second is the emotional environment. Take time to create and maintain a climate of respect and caring, and that supports making mistakes. The man who makes no mistakes makes nothing. Third, project-based learning. Introduce choice, freedom, and space for creativity. Begin by brainstorming a theme, topic, issue, or idea you'd like the students to explore. Then brainstorm the possibilities for each discipline. Next is teach creative thinking skills. First, teach students about metacognition or thinking about thinking. Teach them how to use Edward de Bono's 6 thinking hats, how to brainstorm, compare and contrast, problem solve, concept map, analyze, evaluate, and more. Next is alternative assessments. Instead of a worksheet or an assignment in which every student creates a poster about about the same thing, provide plenty of leeway for students to create products in a medium of their choice. For example, a student produce video film, television or radio broadcast, a student written and produce play, a debate, a public service announcement, design a product, create a marketing campaign, a mock trial, write and publish a class book, simulation, digital or multimedia portfolio, and student organized conference. Next is scheduling. Project-based curriculum and performance-based assessments require adequate time. For example, 6 teachers with expertise in various disciplines who work with the same group of students all day, every day. The most effective learning and teaching will take place when you create smaller learning communities. Next is the student-centered and personalized learning. Give students voice and choice as much as possible regarding what they will learn, how they will learn it, and how they will demonstrate what they have learned. Next is incorporate the arts. Seamlessly integrate music, art, drama, and dance into your curriculum. Try not to make creativity time be separate from the rest of the curriculum, but let these disciplines become a vehicle for delivering the curriculum while developing creativity. Last is the integration of technologies. Student blogs and websites, student publishing, video game design, coding, filmmaking, photography, global collaborative classroom project using Google Docs. Preparing the body and brain. Offer students and faculty opportunities such as yoga, tai chi, ballet, jazz, and pilates.